Hi, I'm Angela, and thanks for coming back to my free food healthy kitchen. Cutting an onion, how do you do it? Make sure you're set up, and we covered how to get set up for cutting in that video, so check that out if you haven't looked at it, or if you don't know. We have our cutting board secure. I'm on my green cutting board because green means veggie in my kitchen. And my knife, I'm holding it, in between my thumb and my forefinger because that's the proper way to hold a knife. Now, when you're going to cut an onion, you want to identify where the core is, which is pretty easy because you can see where the roots are coming out. And we want to create a flat surface with the onion. So we're going to secure the onion with the hand that doesn't hold the knife. So for me, that's my left hand because I'm right-handed. And we're going to create what they call the claw. The claw. And you're kind of gripping like this. It's almost like with the tops of your fingers, your fingernails. And you lead with this middle finger here, with this, this knuckle. That protects the rest of your fingers and your hand. And we're just going to square this off here, taking the tip of the core off. Although you don't want to go much further than that. I have a trash bowl so that I can keep things as neat as possible. And we're going to do the same with the top of the onion as well. Just taking off the tippy top. And I have some skin that's helping itself off, so I'm going to help it all the way. All right, now we have a flat surface. So this onion can sit flat like this. And we're going to make a cut lengthwise through the core of the onion. And this is really important. A lot of people will cut the onion this way, and that's not going to help you out. You want to cut a straight cut, and again, I'm protecting my fingers, I'm making my claw, and just one straight cut, and I have two halves cut lengthwise. And then, you're going to peel your onion. You can take the skin off, and some people, use their knives to help them here, which you can. I usually just peel it with my fingers. And as you're peeling, you can kind of get a sense here if that outer layer of skin needs to come off with the onion. Sometimes the skin is really nice and healthy, and sometimes it's kind of dented and doesn't look so nice. And you make that call. If it's looking old and busted and not fresh or wilted in any way, or if it has some black stuff on it, go ahead and take it off. At this point, this is where the work towel comes into play. I usually will give my knife a little cleansing there. I'll get the rest of my trash off my board so the skin doesn't come into my fresh, clean onion. And I give my hands a little wipe. So now we're going to actually dice the onion. And when you dice the onion, again, you're going to want to identify where the core is, the core end. The core is your friend. It holds things together. And you're going to face the core away from you, and the part that's loose is going to be closest to you. And you're going to put that flat side down. And when you dice an onion, you have a choice in size. Small dice is a 1/4 inch, medium dice is a 1/2 inch, and then large dice is 3/4 of an inch. And then brunoise is an 1/8 of an inch. That's super, super small. And you're going to keep your hand flat to protect it, and you're going to make a couple of slices this way through the onion. And then when you're going to use the tip of your knife to go this way. And this is where you're really going to decide, is this going to be a 1/4 inch, is this going to be a 1/2 inch, or 3/4 of an inch? And you're going to want to make them as even as possible. And this is where practice comes in. I mean, the first time you dice an onion, trust me, it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. And then whatever you did going this way, you want to do again going the other way. So if you did a 1/4 inch this way, do a 1/4 inch this way, or a 1/2 inch, whatever it was. This is where you're looking for consistency. And I'm making my claw, and I'm leading with this knuckle here as I move back, and I'm just going through with my knife. Now, I'm going to stop when I get to as far as I went with my cuts here. That's important. You don't want to keep going. And in restaurants, they will use, this core part in things, like for mirepoix, to flavor soups and stocks, which you can certainly do. But, at home, if you want to use every ounce of onion, you can continue to dice this up further. If you want to take this and, again, make your 1/4, 1/2, or 3/4 inch
slices, whatever you did. You can, cut further, whatever works for you. And then, you can take that beautifully diced onion. You can see how you have even sizes here, which is perfect, because then when you go to cook, it's all gonna cook at the same rate, which is the whole point of doing this. And then I go ahead and I put it in a bowl here. This is a food taxi, super convenient tool. I don't know that the name is very cool, but it's got the edges so it holds them. Pastry blenders or pastry scrapers work too. They don't have the, pastry scraper doesn't have the edges, but it works just as well. And yeah, so that's how you dice an onion. So you can go ahead and do your other half, same way. Remember, pour side out, and the side that's open faces this way. 2 cuts horizontal, and again, quarter, half, or 3/4 of an inch. And just practice makes perfect. Remember to tuck those fingers. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to contact me. I hope that helps. Practice, practice, practice.